your handle on Twitter is Final Level, and we know you're a big gamer, but I heard you once say that the final level is inner peace.
Absolutely.
And this is some of the deep game that you're always dropping, and I want to talk about the daily game shortly, but I was wondering if you could maybe think about or tell me how you got that deep wisdom at a young age. And I know you went through some hard times when you were a kid. I know both your parents died of a heart attack. They shipped you out from New Jersey out to Cali. You know, you got a girl pregnant in the 10th grade, and then the Army.
You know about Ice, son.
I know what's up. I read your book a few times. And then the car accident where you're laid up in the hospital for, you know, a month or so and you can't even move, 10 weeks. I mean, does that force you to go inside? Is that the product of who you are, a guy that has spent a lot of time going deep to himself?
No, I honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. It really didn't happen for a while. For a while, I was like in the rat race like everybody else. I think I had to achieve stuff that I thought I needed to. And then when I got there, I realized that's it. It's kind of like you're climbing a mountain. And when you get to the top of your mountain, you go, wow, it's a nice view, but what it's if you've never been on a yacht, you could desire to be on a yacht. That desire will drive you crazy because you want it. But once you get on one, you might like it or you might not like it. You might go, wow, this is like a hotel sitting in the middle of the ocean and there's nothing to do here. And God forbid you bought it and you got to pay for it. And you're like, okay, I get it, but what do I do on this thing? I kind of just sit in the middle of the ocean. I get off on jet skis. If I'm not with the right chick, it's a nightmare. Now I'm stuck with her. So a lot of things in life is just because people haven't had that experience. They haven't had the exotic sports car. They haven't had this. They haven't traveled. Once I kind of accomplished a lot of stuff, I was able now to really get back to what's important. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, just not competing with people, understanding that my health and my freedom is the most valuable thing, and loving my kids and loving that type of stuff is what really is valuable. And that inner peace moment is difficult to come to when there's still a lot of desires. When you still have these desires, you'll stress yourself out over these desires. It's just a different place. I can't explain how anyone that hasn't been there can get there. It's like me telling, it's like I've been to Disneyland and I'm good with analogies. It's like I've been to Disneyland and I've been on every ride and I'm ready to come out and telling you who've never been there, you don't want to go. It's like you have to kind of go through these experiences to hit this place. And this place doesn't usually happen till later in life where, you know, I'm one person that's actually done everything he ever wanted to do. I accomplished it all. I wanted to be a rapper, did it. I wanted to be a street hustler, did it. Make rock records, did it. TV, did it. Books, movies, I did it. And I never wanted to be the biggest star. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted the experience. So now I'm just comfortable. I could chill. I could play video games. I don't need to hang my big chains out. I don't need it. I've kind of come to this other place. And when you reach that, I say that's the final level where you're no longer in competition with anybody. You're just at peace. And also final level is the big boss in the video game. That's where we're on that level, when you hit that final level. And so it's two. It's a mind state and it's also where we're all headed. I think the big boss is where you're always headed in the video game. We're all trying to get there. Is there another level I'm at that I'm trying to reach? I don't really see it in my head. I'm happy. I guess final level is happiness. Okay. Honest happiness.
Do you have inner peace and happiness?
Inner peace is difficult. It's difficult because even if you get your life straight and you get everything perfect so much in your life, you're going to answer the phone and your friends are going through problems. Or you're going to look at your neighborhood where you come from and they're going through stuff. Or one of your friends is going to die. It's difficult because you're always going to be bombarded with drama and chaos. So it's a fight just to kind of stay mellow and stay in, you know, because you don't want to totally isolate yourself to where you don't care. One person wrote, stress is caused by giving a fuck. You don't want to become so cold you don't care, but you fight for it. I fight for peace. I don't want drama. I don't want any problems. I'm just trying to just do me. I'm not in I think it's the competition thing. I think the fear of you having more than me and all that. That's the most wicked thing. It's unnecessary.
And you've never been like that?
Oh, I was like that. Don't give me, like I'm saying, I was like that. If you pulled past me in a car, man, I wanted to get a car like you. I was always like that. But in music, I've never been competitive. Like I wanted to be better. Like me and LL battled back in the day and that kind of stuff. But it's not as much as some people. I don't think so. I'm not that guy. I've always had a fair level of confidence that I was fly. I've always had a fair level. Like people were like, oh, well, you know, this guy. I'm like, I'm the flyest motherfucker in the world. I don't really know who this dude is, but I have always had that energy that's like, I'm cool. And I've never been high strung. You don't get named Ice for being a person that gets aggravated easily. I've been very cool my whole life. I'm not that angry. If I got mad, you probably wouldn't know. I would probably just get quiet. And then I cycle it a different way. Like back in the day, I cycled it into revenge. You know, if you cross me, you get it. And then I'd be happy. Revenge was sweet to me. Now I've learned to let a lot of things go. I don't even have the energy to really send that negative energy out. Even though if something does bad happen to you down the road, I will celebrate.
Where did you get that feeling that you were always fly? I mean, you know, as a child, you didn't have a lot of things reinforcing that, you know?
I just always was cool. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, I was always I just had a gift of gab, I guess. You know, I could always talk. I never had problems with girls. I always was able to have a fly girlfriend. I was always able to hook up with the toughest guys. And I grew up around a bunch of players that knew how to dress and knew how to talk. And, you know, being fly was more important to us than being tough. We just wanted to look the best. We wanted to dress the best. I like, you look good. We always wanted to be those cats. I like that movie, Gentlemen, that they just put out over there, Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, with Guy Ritchie. Yeah.
That's the kind of gangsters we wanted to be. We wanted to be very sophisticated, cool cats. You dig what I'm saying? So that was just something I've always had. And Bishop Don Magic Juan, famous player, he always said Ice. He said, Ice, man. Ice is one of the most wanted names in the streets. Everybody wants to be Ice. Ice, you are Ice. Everybody, they call Cube. You are Ice, man. Do you know you're going to have that name until you're gone? You dig? And he says, and you got to brag. Can't nobody shut down, man. You dig? So, you know,